Hi everyone, this is a new space for nomads. This is called Chai Talks, and in this opportunity I have a guest. His name is Sandeep. He's from India and he's going to tell us a little bit about his experience here in Canada. And of course, this space is sponsored by Chai Wala of India. Hi Sandeep, how are you?
Good, Nelson. How are you? Thanks for having me here in the first place.
Thank you, man. I mean, it's a pleasure to
Same here.
to have this interview with you because I know how hard it is to be an immigrant and start working on your own career as a freelancer. Different country, different culture, different currency, different processes. How is this being for you?
It's pretty good, to be honest. It's been like 6 months since I came to Canada, and as you mentioned before, I have a good amount of experience back home, but here everything is different. As you mentioned again, the currency, culture, talking with people, the way we get clients, leads, everything I'm starting from scratch. But it's a good experience though, and I found out, to be honest, in our field, this specific field, there's a good potential in this market. If we're able to portray ourselves in a way that we can bring results to our clients, we can actually do really good in this market. So there's a good potential. I'm just waiting for my student time to get in so that I can start working on all the projects I'm getting. And yeah, it's so far right now, it was a good journey till now.
Nice. Is there any challenging experience that you had so far?
Yeah, to be honest, of course, I think you know about this. There are a lot of Indians here, especially in the college I'm studying right now, Conestoga. It's full of Indians. I wouldn't say it's a challenge, but what I personally feel is I want to work with Canadians or white people, I would say, other nationality people, to get different exposure, to know how their work is. That's the reason I came here, right? But it's really a challenge to connect with different people and work around with them. Even now, the clients I have right now, it's again from India.
Right.
That's something I would say. Apart from that, back home, the really important thing back home, small things like cooking, traveling, those kind of things were completely taken care of my family.
Right.
Now I realize how much time I had back home, because now I'm doing everything on my own. It's really tough, guys. I would say living alone is overrated, because since I was in my back home, I would look at movies and web series and would think living alone is something cool to do. But to be honest, it's really tough. The time you're gonna spend on washing your dishes, cooking, clothes, traveling, damn. But that's pretty tough, to be honest. That's one of the challenges I'm facing. But I believe that's gonna mold me up in a very good way for my future. Yep.
Of course, man. Being independent, it's a growing experience, right?
Exactly.
I mean, it's a way to improve yourself.
True. Yeah.
And what about your studying experience?
Studying, to be honest, it's not pretty tough. It's fine. You can manage it actually, because the education system is completely different. Back home, I would not be sure what I'm going to learn in the next 3 days, because my teacher might change what he's going to teach me. We don't have a proper structure. I won't say India doesn't have a very good education system. It is good, but comparing here everything is properly pre-planned. That is, I was shocked when I got to know that there's a timetable for the whole 8 months course. So even now I can know what I'm going to learn on the 8th week or the 12th week, what my professor is going to teach me. That's something new to me. It was really good. And also the exposure to professors. Oh my god, the experience they carry. So that's pretty good, especially the course I'm doing right now. It's supply chain management. I have a lot of professors over there who have like 10 plus years of experience, and more than just theoretical part, I'm able to also get some real life example, which is pretty good.
Do you suffer this homesickness here in Canada?
Oh yeah, man. I just had a sip of tea. To be honest, it has been like 6 months since I had a very good tea like this. That is because back home I used to drink tea a lot. My mom would do it for me.
Right.
But I tried it on my own. It was so bad. That homesickness starts even from tea. Because it's my first time, living without my parents for like a duration of 6 months. It's tough, but also at the same time, it makes you stronger.
Right.
Mentally and also physically. Because this thing happened. I came to Canada in winter, of course. One of the worst decisions I made. But I kind of enjoyed it in a way that we have never experienced winter back home, right?
Right.
So it was pretty good. But
Not this kind of winter.
yeah, this is pretty bad. Yeah, that's true. So what happened is it was like 20 days since I came to Canada. I went to a grocery shop, had this 2 big bags of the groceries I carried.
Right.
I was walking through the snow. It was really tough. That's when I won't say I regret the decision of coming here, but that's when I realized the privilege I had back home. I had my own vehicle, my bike to drive. I would just put on the groceries in that and go. So those kind of small things just again reminds me of the things I had back home. My parents, the bike I had, the friends. I still of course miss them, but the way I'm able to be strong is because I feel like I'm in a better path now. I'm sacrificing all those things for a better future for myself. I hope that's how I'm just surviving every single day. But homesickness is real, but also at the same time, it's good to be on your own and experience these kind of things as soon as possible because it's going to teach you a lot of new things.
Now that you mentioned that chai, is it good?
Actually, yeah. You know what, as I told you before, I love chai of course,
Right.
tea, but I tried making it a lot of times at my home. I saw a lot of YouTube videos, blah, 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 but nothing worked out. This is really good actually. I love it.
It reminds you of home?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, that's true. The flavors it has, usually what we drink is masala chai. I think you know about it. It's not just milk and tea powder. There are a lot of spices into it. It has that, so it gives me that feeling. That's true.
Yeah, I tried several times now. Talked to many people from India about chai, and it's like Coca-Cola for the rest of the world.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
It takes you to a specific time on your childhood or whatever in your life, right?
That's true. That's true.
What anecdote would you be able to share with us? Here in Canada? Good or bad? It's up to you.
So far now, I'm happy of taking this decision of coming to Canada because I'm learning a lot about myself, to be honest.
Right.
I've never experienced being alone, independent, and trying to even make a chai. That was the first time I did that.
Yeah.
So a lot of good things, and it's the way how you see things at the end of the day. It's all about your mindset, right? So there are a lot of bad things that's happening here in the sense the economy is it's pretty hard to manage. People are finding it really difficult to find jobs and those kind of stuff. But if you're able to be in a mindset where you're not giving up easily, and if you're still striving your way through and still grinding, you'll figure out a way for sure. I'm pretty sure about it. I knew a lot of people just like you. You guys are kind of inspirations to us because you make us feel that there's a good opportunity for our career in this place. Because the way I met you was through a Zoom call and then we just connected and just doing this podcast. That says me how time and effort you're putting into this thing, the passion you have towards this work. So these kind of things makes me happy that okay, there's some good potential for you in this market, Sandeep. Get hold of it at least in the future. So that's a pretty good part of Canada. Talking about the bad part, it's again coming back to the homesickness.
Right.
Leaving your people behind and missing your friends, your girlfriend, of course, your family. Those kind of things hits you really hard. But apart from that, the winter is pretty tough. To be honest, if you don't have a car, you're done. You're done, bro. Like if you're traveling through bus, it takes you like 30-40 minutes easily to cover like 4 kilometers.
Right.
That's pretty hard. But apart from that, the experience so far is pretty good. Not too bad, fortunately.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is there any advice that you would like to give to the people that are watching you now?
Oh yeah, sure. So recently, as I mentioned before, there's a lot of negative news about Canada. Just keep in your mind that the decision of coming to Canada was yours. Don't put the blame on any others. Because there are a lot of YouTubers now, especially in my community, Tamil community. I won't say Tamil community. Even in the Indian community, there are a lot of influencers who are trying to say what's actually going on in Canada. So people back home, they're just looking into the videos and then just take a step of coming to Canada. Do your own research and please don't give up. That's it. Because as you mentioned, the student phase of 2 years of studies is pretty hard.
Right.
Financially, mentally, physically, everything. Because even you can't travel peacefully. You have to like travel in bus, which consumes a lot of time.
Definitely. I mean, every experience is different from the other. Every person is a world, right?
Yeah.
So you can compare your own experience, all of your strugglings, all of your challenges that you have to pass through with the other ones. You don't have to focus on the other people's experiences. If you focus on your own thing, that's the way you have to do it.
True that.
Is there any other thing that you would like to share with us?
Nothing specific, but if you're planning to coming to Canada, just make sure that you are mentally strong, of course, again, because it's not going to be an easy journey, but I hope at the end it's going to be worth it. Because I've seen people, as you mentioned, there are a lot of people who had a lot of different experience, but most of the people, they just use the opportunities which is open here in Canada, and they put in their time and effort, sleepless nights, blah blah blah, but at the end of like 3-4 years, they figure out a way and they're doing good in life. So just stick to what you love doing. If you can't figure out what you love doing, try figuring that out in the first place and just keep working on it, and you'll end up in a very good place for sure. Yeah.
Thanks, Sandeep.
No, it's my pleasure. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.